Greetings to everybody. How are you today? I hope you are all well and happy and ready to ask me any question you like concerning the meditation practice. Please send in your question one at a time. Don't send many two questions at a time, just one. If I didn't read your question, it probably means your message has been pushed off the screen, so I did not see it when it comes in. So you might have to resubmit your question again. Please tell me if this is your first time, where you come from. I just start reading your comment. Let me know if the audio is okay. One Vimon, Namaskaran Ajahn. Job, Navinda, Satu. Oh, I skipped so many questions now. One Vimon. Good man low, Satu. Fat Choi Chong, Satu. One Vimon, Satu. Job Navinda, Satu. One Vimon from Australia, Satu. Billy, lately my mind keeps pulling to have a break from practicing and go to sensual pleasure, like reading comics or watching movies. I have tried to do chanting, reading Dhamma books, listening to Dhamma talks, doing walking and sitting meditation, and keep motivating myself to keep on practicing. And sometimes I prefer to go to sleep rather than going to sensual pleasure. I know that going to sensual pleasure will only give trash to the mind. Yet the desire still persists. What should I do? Thank you very much for your advice. You just have to exert yourself on mindfulness as much as possible. Keep reciting the mantra. Keep watching your body movement and think about death. That can help you. That sooner or later you're gonna die. And if you don't do the practice now, you will lose a golden opportunity to get rid of yourself of suffering. So sometimes death contemplation can help you stop your sensual desire. Look at your sensual desire as being temporary, as an illusion. It gives you brief satisfaction, and then you'll come back to where you are again. Never satisfied, never fulfilled. So this is something you can do. Think of impermanence of the sensual pleasures. Think of death, that your life will have to end soon. If you don't take advantage of your life now, the time that you have now, when you die, you will not have the opportunity to practice. So this is something you have to tell yourself in order to stop your sensual desire and motivate yourself to do more practice. Kenneth Hunt, good morning, Ajahn. Very clear this morning. Thank you. Sue Christie, Satu, Satu. J.W. Lee, thank you for teaching Ajahn. During our hour of sitting meditation, I usually mindful of bodily movement. Unless there are mental phenomena arise, then I will be aware of mental phenomena until it disappears. I think you should not be aware. I think you should stop it by reciting a mantra instead. Because letting the mental phenomena rise will only cause you you restlessness or agitation. So it's better not to let it arise. When it arises, you should recite a mantra or do some brief chanting until the mental phenomena disappear. My mind didn't wander away, but was calm and clear. During sitting meditation, I solely focused on one meditation object in each session to be continued. I have answered half of your question already. When mental phenomena arise, you should use the mantra to stop it from arising, because you don't know how long it's going to appear, and that's not what you want it to happen. You want your mind to be clear of mental phenomena. Lorraine Dawson, Sadhu, Sadhu. Chu Chin, good afternoon and my respect to Ajahn. I am from Malaysia. Thank you. J.W. Lee, second part of your question. During sitting meditation, if very strong defilement arises and it's difficult to bring the mind back to focused meditation object, then one is allowed to use other techniques such as contemplation of death, asupa, corpses, etc., which is considered a technique of developing wisdom. Is it true? Yes, but it might not be effective for beginners. The most effective is to use a mantra when you have anything appearing in your mind that will disturb your concentration. Then you should recite the mantra. Recite Bhutto, 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 Bhutto. Keep reciting. This is the best technique. Wisdom may be for a more advanced practitioner who can use wisdom to stop their defilements. But if you cannot use wisdom to stop their defilements, the best way is to use the mantra, which is mindfulness. David Sila Nanda, Sadhu Sadhu. J.W. Lee, continue on with your question. If it is wrong, then how should I do it? I just tell you, use the mantra. If you cannot use wisdom to stop your defilement, then you should use your mantra instead. Keep reciting the mantra. If I change from samatha to contemplation on asupa, then I won't be able to attain absorption, concentration. Right, that's right. And your contemplation would be useless because you won't have the strength to apply your wisdom to get rid of your defilements. Is it suitable for progression of mental training? I would stick to absorption first. I would try to get to absorption first before I go to the development of wisdom. Isn't that I should try only to focus on object of samatha meditation until reach absorption, concentration? Yes, that's what you should do. If you haven't yet achieved concentration, do concentration first. Don't be distracted by even wisdom contemplation, because your contemplation would not be strong enough to stop your defilements. Ayi Namaskarท่านอาจารย์ Apiradi Sena Joy Sadhu. Eli Hassan, good day to our teacher and all Kalyana Mudita Yong, Sadhu Sadhu. Tulu Pan, Namaste.ท่านอาจารย์ I am Tulu from Nepal. Thanks for your teaching. You are welcome. C.G. Lim, good afternoon,ท่านอาจารย์. Thank you very much for your Dhamma teaching. May I ask Ajahn if there's a reason, maybe medical, for putting our right palm over left palm, as was mentioned in one of the Dhamma talk which I had heard some time ago. Would appreciate Ajahn opinion. I think it's not medical reason. It's a matter of necessity. You just have to do one or the other. You have two hands. You either put your right hand over your left or you put your left over your right. So it doesn't matter how you do it, really. In meditation, the body is not that important. What is so important is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the key to your success. As far as your position, you can sit cross-legged, left over right, right over left, doesn't really matter. According to my opinion. James Song, Sadhu, Sadhu. J.W. Lee, fourth part of your question. Can I change to various different objects of meditation within the same session? You shouldn't. You might be able to when you first started. For example, when you try to focus on your breath and your mind is still restless, you might have to use some chanting to calm your restlessness down until you are able to focus on your breath. Once you have focused on your breath, then you should not switch. Even the position of your concentration should be, your focus should be at the tip of the nose always. Don't move or change it because you want to keep the mind fixed. You want it to become still. So once you start watching your breath at the tip of your nose, then you shouldn't do any movement as far as the body is concerned. And the mind also should not follow the breath in and out. Just keep watching at the tip of the nose at the point of contact. Then your mind can become still and absorbed in jhana. Can I have more objects of meditation? How much is the limit for contemplation on various different meditation objects? Is it better to focus only one object, Buddha, or it doesn't matter? Well, you have to use one object, either Buddha or the breath, or if you like some part of your body. If you can visualize the skeleton, you can also use the skeleton as your object of meditation. But I think generally the Buddha recommended the mindfulness of breathing because this is what he taught in the four foundations of mindfulness. Job Navinda, live video interrupted on my end. I'm not sure if anyone has the same problem. Anybody has any problem with interruption on this broadcast? Please. Okay, Lauren Dawson say yes. Is it still on this live transmission? I don't know. On my part, it's still okay. I still have 40 people watching. So maybe it's on your part. Saying, good day, Ajahn and everyone. Greeting and love from Singapore. J.W. Lee, the fifth part of your question. Is it essential that I should know the difference of various practical techniques between samatha versus vipassana? I'm kind of confused. Thank you very much. Basically, you just know that for samatha, you have to focus your mind on one object and not to let your mind think about anything. This is all that you have to know. The more you know, the more confused you become. So just know just one. Right now, know how to focus your mind on one object. Don't let your mind stray to other things, even other thoughts or any other objects that may appear on your mind. Just keep focused on the object of your concentration. Then once you have samatha, then you can study the method of vipassana. Okay, Aseng also have the same experience of transmission cut out. Ya Shanicha, Sadhu, Sadhu. Kenneth Tan Keyboard, greetings to you, Ajahn. May you be well and happy. Thank you. EOSC, greetings to Ajahn from Malaysia. Adeline Chin, good afternoon, Ajahn. Can hear you okay? Okay. Yeah. I have now 35 people following on this broadcast. It was 40 before. So maybe some of you might have lost the transmission. This is probably due to the internet provider. Now it's back to 39, 38. From Kenneth Hunt, Thanajan, transmission is generally okay, just an occasional pause. Okay, Lim View Meng, transmission signal is weak also here in Malaysia. Interruption live video. Okay. My transmission is still alright. I have 35 people watching live right now on my screen. Maybe the picture is a little blur. Not as clear as it should be. I used autofocus, so I'm not sure if this is one of the problems or not. Okay, we have 37, 40 people watching this transmission right now. Okay, that's about all the comment I have so far. Maybe you people have different difficulty in sending in your comment. Ali Hassan, transmission here in Medan, Indonesia, also well, Ajahn. Okay, so I guess this is regional, varies from country to country. J.W. Lee, part 6 of your question. I understand your teaching, Thanajan. I have long been experienced with abdominal problem, pain from wind. Is it also possible to focus on the mental note of Vayu element? You can try and see if it works or not. If it works for you, then it's fine. Sometimes you just have to try it out. It's like trial and error. Sulan Ui, dear Ajahn, I can see you clearly. Thank you. Xiao Shan, Ajahn, life still interrupting on and off. Probably in Malaysia. This is what I can notice from your comment. Most interruption comes from people in Malaysia. So maybe something is not going well in the transmission area of Malaysia. Liang Yu Meng, good afternoon, Thanajan. Wishing Thanajan good health, safety, peace, and happy. Metta from Malaysia. Sadhu, sadhu. All apprentice audio and video are clear. Listening from Singapore. Okay, no problem in Singapore. No. I think most of the problem comes from Malaysia right now, from people in Malaysia. Other people don't seem to have the same problem. I see have about 40 people watching right now. 42. Okay, I'm waiting for more questions to come in. Sometimes reading too much about practices can be confusing. So we should try to take one step at a time. The first step is mindfulness. Learn how to develop mindfulness, how to practice mindfulness. Once you have mindfulness, then you can sit and meditate and to get samadhi or jhana. Once you have samadhi or jhana, then you can learn how to contemplate on wisdom. This is the standard practice. But for different people, maybe they can skip the various steps if they had already mastered the other steps. Like if you already have mindfulness, then you can go on and sit and get into jhana. Once you have jhana, then you can contemplate on wisdom. J.W. Lee, Adi Aha, Satu, J.W. Lee. In my case, I should focus on attaining absorption concentration as the priority. May I know if I am able to access absorption concentration? Then when can I know that I am allowed to practice vipassana? Well, when you are able to enter into concentration at any time and stay there for a very long period of time, then you can start contemplating on anicca, impermanence, such as death or asubha. Before that, your contemplation will not be useful, will not be effective. You need jhana to support your concentration, to support your contemplation, to be able to let go of your defilement. Sulan Ui, dear Ajahn, thank you for your compassion to host this live Q&A with us. Would the Triple Gem be able to find a way toward for us, Satu? Yes, the Triple Gem is like a compass. We need to have the Triple Gem to point us the way to the liberation from suffering. Without the Triple Gem, we will be lost. We will not be able to find our way to peace, to true peace and happiness. Enilam Satu. Long Yu Meng question, Tanajan, why is it so difficult to achieve contentment of the mind? That is because you have many defilements in your mind to prevent you from getting contentment. So you have to try to get rid of all of your defilements, your greed, hate, and delusion by constantly practicing dana, sila, and bhavana. Kareen Kaur, good afternoon, Ajahn. Satu, Satu. Kui De Chanuvatana. Dear Tanajan, I can hear you well with no interruption in Silver Spring, Maryland. Today I went to a local Thai temple for meditation and Dhamma talk, but I didn't feel as peaceful as practicing meditation by myself at home. Should I continue practicing alone rather than going to temple? Yes, I think your house might be better than at the temple. Temple nowadays are more like a social event. If you go to a temple, you should go to a meditation temple where they'll let you be alone and do the practice alone. You'll find more peaceful when you're alone. So if you can practice at home, then there's no need to go to the temple. Only when you want to do dana, then you might have to go to the temple. J.W. Lee, my sincere gratitude to your time and teaching. May you always be well and peaceful. Thank you. Chiu Chang, Ajahn, my meditation currently is progressing well. When meditation can achieve calmness, the happiness can feel within mind, and when out of meditation, mind still tend to reciting Bhutto. But I know there are times when meditation will not progress well. My question is, will the calmness be more frequent or improving if I keep meditation with current pace? or I need to keep improving my time to meditate. You need to meditate more, and you need to increase more mindfulness for you to move forward. There's still a lot of mindfulness that you can develop. Try to be mindful at all times. So mindfulness is the key for your advance, for your moving forward. So try to be mindful as much as possible. Don't let your mind wandering into the past or into the future. Keep it in the present, watching what you are doing all the time. Leong Yu Meng question: how can one go beyond one's samsara metta? By following the teaching of the Buddha, by practicing dana, sila, and bhavana. Your practice of dana, sila, and bhavana will lead you out of samsara. But you have to practice 100%. Give dana 100%. Keep sila 100%. And bhavana 100% of your time. Joe, try re-entry. Okay, I'm not sure what you're saying here. The amount of progress corresponds to the amount of exertion you put in. The exertion of developing mindfulness, and then the development of wisdom. First, develop mindfulness to get jhana. Once you get jhana, then you can develop wisdom together with mindfulness. You need mindfulness to keep your mind focused on contemplation. So mindfulness is always there. When you first starting, you need mindfulness to calm your mind. Once your mind is strong and calm, then you need mindfulness to direct your mind to think of the three characteristics of existence, or to think of the asukha, think of the 32 parts of the body. Then together, mindfulness and wisdom will be strong and able to get rid of any type of defilement that might appear in the mind. Sunny Lim, good day Ajahn. Thanks so much for teaching us the Dhamma. Sadhu, sadhu. Joe Wu, those who lie, hang, try log out and log in again. Okay, this is about transmission. I.e. Tanajan, during meditation, I set an alert for 1 hour. I focus on breathing in, breathing out, and when the time up, sometimes I feel time flies so fast. I feel I didn't miss the breath and always watching. I'm not sure, Tanjan, did I really watching my breath or I was sleeping? This is so embarrassing. Please guide me, Tanajan. Well, if you think you are watching your breath and you're not sleeping, if you are continuously watching your breath, the time can fly very quickly. So don't worry about the time. Just worry about whether you're watching your breath or not. If you know you're watching your breath and your mind is calm, then this is good. But you need to do more. The mind hasn't yet entered into jhana yet. Maybe you have to focus more. Your mindfulness has to be more closer to prevent your mind from sleeping to think about other things, maybe even briefly. Bring it back to your breath all the time. Pauline soon, what is Abhidhamma? Abhidhamma is one of the three division of the the scripture, the Tripitaka. The Tripitaka means tree means tree, and Pitaka means basket. The teaching of the Buddha are contained in three baskets or three divisions. The first one is about the monk monastic code called the Vinaya. The second one is the Sutta, contain the teaching of the Buddha, the discourses the Buddha gave. And the third are the accumulation or summarize of the Buddha's teaching. The third one is called Abhidhamma, the summarize of the Buddha's teaching. The summary of the Buddha's teaching. J.W. Lee, how should we practice mindfulness during driving, especially a long drive? Please kindly be specific. Well, you have to focus on driving. If you're doing anything, you should be focusing on what you do. If you're eating, focus on eating. If you're driving, focus on your driving. Don't go listening to Dhamma talk or do anything, except if your mind wander away from driving. You might use the mantra to help you bring the mind back to watching your driving. But principally, you should be watching your driving only, not anything else. I try to focus with samatha concentration, but I do not think it's good for me. It seems like I could not be aware well with the surroundings. Thank you very much, Ajahn. Yes, just keep focusing on your driving. Watch the road. Don't watch other things. Don't watch your breath. Don't watch anything else. During the driving, you should just be driving. Watch your driving. Jean Lim Chui Ian Satu Satu. Jap Navinda. Today I also joined the meditation session in Seattle. The Westerner monk from Wat Yannasangwararam, who previously met Ajahn before, is founding the monastery here. That's very good. Then you will have a place to go to practice. Chubui Lo Satu Satu. Okay, Jobu said, don't meditate when driving. Watch the road. That's right. This is being mindful. This is mindfulness. Watch the road. Liang Wiu Meng, thank you, Ajahn, for enlightening answers. Satu. Angel Pui, good morning, Ajahn. How are you today? Fine, thank you. Here it is so bad weather, so cold. Inside about 2. I am doing meditation every day. Very good. When you cold, just sit and meditate and your body can become warm. Hemlata, is mental trauma in childhood is a karmic debt. How to heal it? Well, the way to heal it is to calm your mind. Use the mantra. When your mind is disturbed, keep reciting the mantra Bhutto, 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 and calm your mind down. Once your mind becomes calm, then you will become normal. If your mind is not calm, then you have to keep reciting the mantra until your mind becomes calm and normal. Jobu, if the line hang, touch the pause and press play again. Okay, this is about transmission. Sumpan, Jai Rakpan, Satuka. Ayi, thank you for your guide, Ajahn. You're welcome. Aranut Nui, good afternoon, Ajahn. Hope you are doing well and healthy. My relatives had visited me and I did not have much time for Dhamma practicing recently. They went back today and I will have more time practicing again. I didn't get a chance to report to you that I accomplished keeping 8 precepts and meditating daily for the past vasa. It was the longest duration in my life. Currently, I keep 5 precepts, but I don't feel as happy as before. I agree that the happiness from 5 senses are not the real one. I think we'll change back to 8 precepts tomorrow. Thank you very much for your teaching. Yes, the real happiness is peace of mind, calmness of mind from meditation. Stop seeking happiness from the sensual objects and turn inward. Come in by meditating. Bring your mind inside. Once your mind has come back inside, then your mind will become calm, peaceful, and happy. Hemlata, why one have nightmares? What to do if nightmares come after childhood trauma? Usually your nightmares come from your past bad karma. You might have done some bad karma and it is being recorded in your mind. And when you sleep, they are released. They are playback. There's nothing you can do about it. You just have to be aware that it's just like watching a scary movie. It cannot hurt you or harm you, this nightmare. Just be strong and just be an observer. Be an audience of a movie. Don't be afraid. It cannot hurt you or harm you. Falling soon. How it considered fruit in the stage achieving merit in meditation. Well, when you achieve result from your meditation, you feel free, you feel good, you feel happy. That is merit. Irene Uy, good afternoon, Tanajan, Satu. Ling Yu Meng, Tanajan, is deja vu real? Sometimes it's real, sometimes it's not. So it depends. Sometimes you might feel like you've been there before. And maybe it's just some place that might be similar to some other place that you have been there before. But it's not important in your path to enlightenment. These things are just considered to be side product or byproducts of your meditation. No need to worry about it. Just leave it alone. Nabiti Namaskar Ajahn. So we have about 53 people watching now. J.W. Lee, please kindly correct me if I am wrong, Tanajan. Example scenario. While I am doing chores alone at home, I am aware of bodily movement. Suddenly mental defilement arises. In this case, I should change to focus on Buddha in order to calm the mind and get rid of the defilement. Yes, you can do that. If you cannot focus on what you do and stop your defilement, then it's better to use the mantra Buddha Buddha. You can use the mantra along with whatever you are doing. If you're doing your chore, you can continue doing your chores, but use mantra to help you stop your defilement. I am aware of bodily movement. Suddenly mental defilement arises. In this case, I should change to focus on Buddha in order to calm the mind and get rid of the defilements. After the mind calm and defilement is removed, then I come back to be aware of bodily movement. Or should I focus on reciting Buddha during doing chore? You should do both because they don't disturb one another. You can do your chores while reciting the mantra Buddha at the same time. And this will give you two hands instead of one hand, two mindfulness instead of one mindfulness. mindfulness of Buddha and mindfulness of your chores. But if you don't have any thought or any defilement, then you can just use your focus on doing your chore alone. But if you are interrupted by your defilement, then you should use Buddha along with doing your chores. Following soon, why meditation is important as Buddhist, because it's the tool of getting rid of your suffering, your bad feelings, your dukkha. Without meditation, you will not be able to get rid of your dukkha. O thick being is Nibbana, the unborn, unconditioned, unfabricated, state free from the senses that need objects. Satu. Nibbana is the purified mind that doesn't take any birth anymore. That's what it is. Once you practice, once you have purified the mind, getting rid of all the defilements, then the mind will not take birth. Then you can call this unborn, unconditioned. Hui Decha Nuvatana. I have been doing meditation on and off all days when I have a chance, even it's 5 to 10 minutes in a car during lunch break. However, my mind doesn't get to full calmness. Am I gaining any merit? Should I instead spend 2 hours continuously on sitting meditation? The more the better, because the more you do, the more calm your mind will become. So if you do only 5 to 10 minutes, it's like an airplane taking off on a runway. If the runway is too short, it will not be able to take off. If the runway is real long, then the plane will have the space to take off. It's the same way with your mind. The longer you sit means the longer runway you have for your mind to become calm. If you only sit for 5 to 10 minutes, it might not be enough to calm your mind. So if you can sit more and sit longer, that's the way to go. Tan Siu Hong, thank you very much, Ajahn. Satu. Himlata, thank you for guidance. Pauline soon, how can we see our defilement, illusion, aversion in detail? You have to have mindfulness. Once you have mindfulness, your mind will be turning inward rather than turning outward toward the sensual objects. Then you'll start to see the defilement appearing in your mind clearly. Ling Yu Meng, can one during meditation be united with the universal force? There's no such thing as the universal force. You are united with yourself when you meditate, which will give you a very strong force of mind to be able to withstand anything that might affect your mind. Okay, if you can meditate and be successful in your meditation, your mind will become like a rock. You can withstand any forces, any defilements, anything that try to rock your mind will not be able to do so if your mind becomes very calm. Brian Ong, dear Ajahn, is there particular significance if one were to experience incense smell from time to time despite not burning any incense? Not real significance. It just means your mind can generate this incense and makes you feel that you're smelling some incense, but actually it's just the fabrication of the mind. Kanokwan from Chiang Mai. I just finished my Chinese class. Never know that Ajahn got this session. Okay, you know now. You can join every Sunday around this time for 1 hour. We are about 45 minutes into the meeting now, so we have about another 15 minutes left. If you have any question, you can send them in right now. Pauling soon, should layperson learn about spiritual world? Everybody should learn about spiritual world because the spiritual world is your world. It's the mind. It's the mind's world. It's where we will go after death. After the body dies, then the mind will be in the spiritual world. The way to learn about the spiritual world is to meditate using mindfulness. You don't need to read the scripture, the text, or anything to learn about the spiritual world. You need to experience the spiritual world by practicing meditation. Ali Hassan, thank you and my respect to Ajahn for this afternoon teaching. Meantime, please take care and all Kalyana keep on practicing. See you all again on next online Dhamma session. Sadhu, sadhu. Okay. We still have about 14 minutes left. I'd like to take a sip of water for now. I won't be focused again. Okay. Falling soon, why the line keep breaking? It is anicca, not permanent, not stable. Irene Uy, dear Ajahn, how can one focus and concentrate when one is faced with excruciating pain in some part of the body? When you are facing excruciating pain and you cannot focus, then you should recite the mantra. Force yourself to keep reciting the mantra, Bhutto, Bhutto. Or you can use Bhutto, Dhammo, Sangho. Or you can use Bhuttang Saranang Gacchami, Dhammang Saranang Gacchami, Sanghang Saranang Gacchami. Just keep reciting these mantras if you cannot focus on your meditation object. O Tik Bin, sighting of ghosts, the Petaram, or are they cases of spirit that have not been reborn? I don't know, you just have to ask them. What are they? Are they ghosts? Are they Peta or whatever? If you really see them real, they can talk to you. They can communicate with you. And they can tell you which realm they come from. Ryan Honda, dear Ajahn, during walking meditation, the contemplating of the body or anicca automatically comes up. How please help to advise. If you like to do contemplation, you can do that during walking meditation. Think of the body as aging, sickness, as getting old, getting sick and die, and return back to the four elements. But it will not make your mind calm and peaceful. Maybe it's better to use the mantra Bhutto Bhutto instead. Ignore the contemplation now. Just stop your thinking. Even contemplating is thinking. You want to make your mind blank. You want to make your mind without thoughts. So you need to recite the mantra Bhutto Bhutto Bhutto. Esther Yip, dear Ajahn, we normally see the statue of Venerable Sariputta in temple or books in purple blue, which is different from other monks. Is there any reason? I don't know. I don't know much about the statues. It doesn't matter whether it's blue or green. It's just artistic. I think it's more reason of artistic. The people who made the statue, sometimes they like to paint it blue, sometimes like to paint it green, I guess. But in real life, the Sariputta is just another human being like you and me. Jobu in Burma, they call Ajahn Mahathera Bhikkhu monk of over 20 vasa, Buddhang Saranam Gacchami. Okay, this is just conventional way uh, of dividing the monks into the various level of seniority. That's all. I renew. Thank you, Thanajan. Sadhu, sadhu. Holding soon, we should learn Dhamma with peace and happy, not with stress of not understanding the Dhamma. That's right. You should understand the Dhamma. Then you can be peaceful and happy. กนกขวัญ Lately, I heard one of people from your Zoom meeting said about your book called ทวนกระแส I would like to read it through. Do you have any ebook for that? Yes, you can go to my website called suchart.com and go to the book section. We have in this website, we have the Thai and English. You can read either in Thai or in English. Go to prasuchart.com, prasuchart.com, and go to the book section. Then you can download the books in PDF. Eddie Lam Satu Satu. Kim Mature Satu. Gek Yen So, greeting to Tanjan. Paul Ling Soon. I used to look Anicca Anatta Dukkha after my meditation of calmness and peaceful mind. It's right. You can look all the time when you're not meditating. When you see anything, see them as Anicca, Dukkha, and Anatta. Because everything is changing all the time. Never remain the same for 1 second. Your body and my body keep changing, getting older and older every second. Eventually it will die. Then you will have dukkha. Then it will give you dukkha. If you don't want to have dukkha with your body, you have to let your body get old, get sick, and die. Santi Lai, Satu, Satu. Sandy Lim, thank you, Thanajan, and take care of yourself. We will see you again next week. I hope so. If all goes well. Okay, we still have about 6 minutes left. You can still send in your question. If you are typing your question now, you can continue on typing and send it in. Time seems to fly very fast when you are busy like me trying to read your question and answer your question. Almost 1 hour already have passed. Okay, someone, Kun Parataya Sakun, send my website link. So if you want to read my books, go to this website. Take home goal. Dear Ajahn, how effective a one makes vow before God to be vegetarian with intention of disassociating with killing of living creatures and for merit. How effective, it depends on yourself, whether you can keep the vow or not. Some people find it more effective if they have a vow. If they don't have a vow, then they might not be doing what they're supposed to be doing. So it's up to you. Some people don't need to make a vow. They can do whatever. They can do it without taking a vow also. So it's up to you. If taking a vow is good for you, then do it. Two, how effective of making vows or taking 5 precepts in view of clinging on rules and observances. Some people need to have something to force them to do what they're supposed to be doing, like taking a vow, for instance. Some people don't need to take a vow and to do what they're supposed to do. So it's up to each individual preference. O Tigbin, in the Nikaya, did the Buddha say that the true Dhamma will be set back by 500 years if women join the Sangha? I haven't read the Nikaya, so I cannot answer this question. Ryan Honda, thank you, Tanajan. Satu, Satu. Kayan Nisan Sala, dear Ajahn, your teaching very helpful to me. Thank you. You're welcome. Falling soon, what is the purpose of practicing looking to our body? To see our body, to realize the nature of our body as being impermanent, as being anatta, no self in the body. This is the purpose of looking at the body, to study the true nature of the body. You don't see it by just merely looking. You have to contemplate, you have to analyze that the body is changing from birth to death. The body doesn't remain the same, it keeps changing, and eventually it will return back to the 4 elements. This is the way of looking at your body, not merely by looking with your eyes, but you have to look with your mind by analyzing the true nature of the body. Kanokwan, how? I went into your website. A lot of interesting book to read. Thank you, Ajahn. You're welcome. Pauline soon, what is the benefit of practicing a precept? It will stop you from going after the sensual pleasure, and it will give you the time to go to do meditation practice. That's the purpose of keeping the 8 precepts, to prevent you from going after the sensual pleasures, and then give you the time to go develop your meditation practice. Liang Yu Meng, thank you, Tanajan, for the wonderful and inspiring Dhamma sharing on this nice and beautiful Sunday. Good and blessed day to all. Metta, Wan Patum Napa. Thank you very much for Q&A and teaching, sir. You're welcome. Okay, looks like that's all about all the questions and all the comment that has come in, and it's almost out of time. So it's probably nice for me, it's good time for me to say goodbye to you all. Thank you very much for joining this meeting. I hope that you can benefit from this meeting and help advance in your practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, stay mindful, and keep practicing the Dhamma. If all goes well, I'll see you again next week. Thank you and goodbye.